Welcome to Tamara Research Writing Guides. I'm Hannah, your AI-supported instructor. In this video, we will learn how to write a research paper introduction. Subscribe now and never miss our research paper writing guides. The introduction might seem like just any other part of your research paper, but it's actually your chance to explain to your readers why this research paper matters and why they should keep reading. The main goal of your introduction should be to engage your readers by writing an interesting hook sentence and then providing context for your paper. Also, don't forget to define the problem, which would be your research question, and give some hints about how the paper will cover the topic. Now let's jump into an example introduction to see how to use these all together. We have a detailed introduction example that has all the parts we talked about previously. The first sentence, which is the hook, explains that stress leads to mental health problems. Then the problem statement follows, by explaining why we need the research. The third sentence indicates how we can reduce daily stress, giving hints about the paper. We also have a separate sentence to help the reader transition to the body part of our paper. And finally, we have the thesis statement to show the writer's stance. For example, the writer says that regular meditation significantly reduces stress. You can also easily write an introduction like this by following the next steps. The very first step is writing the hook sentence. Think about it as if you are telling a story to your friend, and you need a great opening line to draw their attention. That's what a hook sentence is used for. There are 3 options you can choose from to grab your reader's attention. First, you can provide an interesting fact, like the one you see in the example. Another great option is to ask an engaging question to make your reader think. You can also make some bold claims that are strong and encourage your reader to learn more. After writing the hook sentence with one of these approaches, let's establish a background for our paper. The background of your paper explains why you did the research and why readers should take a look at it. To establish your background, you need to contextualize your research and create its structure. The key is to keep this part precise. Provide just the right amount of information about your research in the introduction. Next, you want to state the main problem to address in the paper. This is what's known as your research question. It should basically explain the why and what of your paper. Let's see an example problem statement. It explains why stress is the focus of this article and what's their potential solution. With the background and the problem statement parts we have, we can now explain the objectives of our research paper. We will now state the purpose of our research and explain the main objectives we want to achieve. They will help readers understand the structure of the paper. When you make purpose statements, make sure to be specific. For example, don't just say you want to find the solution to stress, but explain what you think is the best way to do it. But keep in mind that this doesn't mean you need a bulky sentence. Keep it precise and action-oriented. As you can see on this example, it creates the foundation for research and explains the main purpose of the paper by mentioning the specific solution to stress and supporting practices. Now we can finally jump to the last part of our introduction, the thesis statement. The final piece to this puzzle is our thesis statement. This will be the key point of your introduction. It's what you need to help your audience understand the main points of your paper and the stance you take. When writing your thesis statement, be very clear. Go for your main point without any filler words. Also, make sure to take a position to state your stance. Explain what you think is the solution to a problem. Another great tip is writing your statement in a way that encourages arguments. It should provoke thoughts, so no bland statements are allowed. This is a great example of a thesis statement. It tells how they come up with the idea that regular meditation reduces stress, shows the writer's position on the issue, and is very precise. By now, you should have everything you need for a research paper introduction, but before you go, let's see how to transition between these sections so it has a great flow. The final tip of today is making sure to transition from one idea to another with a great flow. This will help your readers stay connected to the research instead of losing their interest quickly. So, how do we do this? The first thing you need is keeping every component relevant to each other. creating a thematic unity, in other words. Secondly, make sure to recap some of the points and tell the reader what's ahead. And finally, before giving more information, shortly refer to the earlier context. In this example, you can see the writer used transition words such as then and which to keep ideas flowing and make the paper easier to read. With a great flow and the key components you already know how to write, you'll have a great introduction paragraph. That's all we have for today. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video from us. I'm Hannah from Tamara Research, and I'll see you in the next video.